you've told us about December 23rd, 2016. Is that right? And you say this is so important, it could lead to a final war, and about ISIS in Bible prophecy and all that part. Could you?
I'm really glad you brought this up because it would have been a shame to miss it. Because what happened, most people don't realize the significance of what happened on December the 23rd of 2016. And what happened was, most of you know, if you were following it, that President Obama and Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel didn't have a good relation together. And much of Israel felt like President Obama was really against them, and he signed this agreement with Iran, which is Israel's worst enemy. And so they really felt like that President Obama had sold them down the river. But he tried to straddle the fence and sort of act like that wasn't true until the election. When the election took place and Hillary Clinton lost the election, President Obama decided he was going to do what he wanted to do the whole time. And he gave the nod to the international community to go ahead and pass a resolution against Israel. And on December the 23rd of 2016, they passed a resolution which stated that Israel's presence in the West Bank, including East Jerusalem, was a flagrant violation of international law. Now, the U.S. had the ability to veto that. When the vote was taken, 14 voted for it. America abstained. They let it pass. So, ladies and gentlemen, today, right now, Israel is in violation of the laws, the international laws of the United Nations. And the UN could use that as a premise to invade Israel. And the Bible teaches the UN will invade Israel. Zechariah 14:2 says, I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle. What do you mean by all nations? Surely not every nation in the earth is going to have their armies there. No. But all nations of the world belong to the UN. And once the UN passes a resolution, all the nations that sign on to be a member of the UN agree to abide by the decisions of the UN. So when a UN peacekeeping force comes down against Israel to force Israel to withdraw from East Jerusalem and to turn that over to the Palestinians, that would be the enforcement of Resolution 2334, which was passed on December the 23rd of 2016. So what I'm telling you is that the law already exists on the books that will eventually cause the battle of Armageddon. And a lot of people, it passed right by them. They didn't realize what was happening. But we need to realize, and I want to say this in case I don't get a chance to say anything to you today. The Bible says that you and I are the generation upon whom the ends of the world have come. This is the church's finest hour. And I know a lot of times people teach prophecy as doom and gloom. I don't do that because I don't look at it that way. We're going to win. I mean, I was putting a DVD together on Armageddon one day, and I kept getting darker and darker, and I was thinking about blood flowing to the horse bridles and all these things. And I couldn't stand the pressure anymore. So I did something my wife does sometimes. If she buys a new book, she'll read the last few pages, and if it doesn't turn out right, she just doesn't read it. I've never done that. That's totally against my nature. But I have to confess, when I was dealing with this Armageddon issue, I did it. I slipped over the last 2 chapters of the book of Revelation, and guess what I found out?
We win.
We win. Amen. They lose.
Amen.
It's going to be okay.